Now, does anybody else need a copy from the textbook? Okay, good. I mean, nothing, no copies, no illegal photocopies have been made. All right, now, so page 87. I'm going to start from scratch. So, time signatures. We began this last week. We did a very, very, very simple version of this in class. And so we talked about 4/4 time. So who can tell me what 4/4 time tells us? When we see it in a piece of music, what does it tell us? Does anybody remember from last class? Yeah, exactly. So this top number tells us the number of beats. And who knows what the bottom number tells us?
The number of reps.
No. Good answer, but no. Just wrote on my hand. So this tells us what kind of note gets one beat. Now I know that this is going to be confusing because last week we learned that a quarter note gets one beat. Do we all agree? Quarter note gets one beat? Yeah. So this will become a little more clear as we do more of these time signatures. For now, just know that we have 4 beats in each bar and a quarter note. So if you pull this out and make a fraction out of it, where we put the 4 on the bottom of the fraction, we get quarter note. So we have 4 quarter notes in every bar. Make sense? Everybody say 4 quarter notes in every bar.
4 quarter notes in every bar.
Can you hear the enthusiasm in this class? People, it's like that was almost a whisper. It was so not enthusiastic. Okay, so what if I did this? What does this mean? Correct. Correct. This is Simran. She gets the first superstar of the day for participate. It's because she's had a whole Tim Hortons coffee drink. Yes. So if this is 4 quarter notes in each bar, this is 3 quarter notes in each bar. What does this mean? Right. So what does that actually mean? So I'm going to erase this and this. 4/4, 3/4, 2/4. This just means we have 4 beats in a bar. This means we have 3 beats in a bar. This means we have 2 beats in a bar. Or any equivalent. So 4 beats could also be that, because the whole note gets 4 beats. 2 half notes, that's also 4 beats. These are all in 4/4 time. 3/4 time, we could do a dotted half note, because that's 3 beats. We could do this. 2 beats and 2 eighth notes, that's 3 beats. We could even do this. We could do 12 16th notes. 1 beat, 2 beats, 3 beats. These are all in 3/4 time. 2/4 time, we could do this. We could do a rest and 2 eighth notes. We could do a dotted eighth note with a 16th, and a quarter note. All of these equal 2 beats. Okay? So all that it tells us is it tells us how to count the music. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? Or 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So when you look at the time signature, before you even play or sing a note, you already know in your head how to count the music. Okay? So, remember before how this bottom number tells us what gets one beat? So here's the thing. Check this out. Uh-oh. I just broke the matrix. It doesn't have a 4 on the bottom anymore. Who thinks they know what this, for superstar status, who thinks they know what 4-2 time means? Yes? Correct. Maddie? Allie. Allie. Da, 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 da. Do I have a pink? The closest I have. I do have a
There's
pink.
a pink one.
Okay. Girls lots of bob. There we go. So, Allie. Superstar number 2. This means 4 half notes in every bar. So it would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 4 half notes, or the equivalent of 4 half notes. So what this means is here's how we would count this. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Excuse me.
1, 2, 3, 4. Every beat gets 2 beats, but we just say first half note, second half note, third half note, fourth half note. So that we would just count it this way. It doesn't mean that this only gets 1 beat, but we count it like it gets 1 beat. Okay? Now, if that confuses you, it's okay, because it is confusing. Every time I teach this, there's always somebody's head who just like, it collapses, and then it pops. And then we have to like, call 911 and say, there is a theory emergency in my class. So if you're confused, it's all right. By the time you go through and do all of this homework, this will start to make sense to you, okay? So like a lot of the things that we're gonna learn in this class, it may not make sense right away, but as you do the homework and you give it a couple days, things will settle and they'll make more sense, okay? So, what if I did, ta-da! Who wants to be the next superstar? Okay, I'm gonna say Jackson. Jackson. Sorry, Jackson. Okay, so if this is 2 quarter notes and this is 4 half notes, what is this?
3/8.
Correct. 3/8 notes. It would look like this. 1/8 note, 2/8 notes, 3/8 notes. We could do this. We could go 8th rest, 8th note, 8th rest. Anything that has the equivalent of 3/8 notes. And then how would we count this? It would just go like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just as a note on its own, this only gets half a beat, right? 8th notes get half a beat. But when we count an 8 time, we just count it as 1 beat each. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? This is usually a faster song, and this is usually a slower song. Because an 8th note is quite quick, and a half note is slow. So, if this was 4/4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I couldn't do that and snap at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? So let me mute this. Because we don't need to hear from my computer. Okay, good. So, let that sink in. Let's look at the book. Is it okay if I erase this? Yeah? Okay. Sorry, Simon and Allie. Your 5 minutes of fame is over. It just happens. You gotta hold on to it while. Okay, so if we take a look, you can see that we have names for the kinds of time signatures. So if a time signature 2-4, 3-4, and 4-4. So if we're in 2-4 time, we call this simple duple time. Duple as in 2. Duple because it has 2 beats. If there's a 3 on the top, we call this simple triple time. Triple because there's 3 beats. And if there's 4, we call it simple quadruple time. Because quadruple means there's 4 beats. Does everybody get that? Say yes if you understand.
Yes.
Say no if you don't. Okay, cool. So if I said is this duple, triple, or quadruple time? Duple, because the top number. Is this duple, triple, or quadruple time? Is this duple, triple, or quadruple time?
Quadruple.
Right. So these duple, triple, quadruple, they refer to the top number. Okay? All right. Following along the book. Okay, great. So here's something else you need to know. 4/4 time. You know how last week I was talking about in North America, our music is really basic here. And we mostly have music that's in 4/4 time. And then sometimes we have music in 3/4 time. So because 4/4 time is the most common time that we use, we can also just write a C. The C stands for common time, and these two are used interchangeably. So sometimes you have a score, the composer is exhausted, they don't want to write 4/4 twice, they just go bam, they just put a C, because their hand's going to fall off. I don't know why, but C in 4/4 time, basically, it means the same thing, okay? And then the other one that we have is called cut time, and it's 2/2 time. 2 half notes is written as a C with a slash through it. And you can see that on the bottom of page 87. So everyone take a look at the bottom of page 87 and you'll see that there. Okay, now, so this book likes to do these things, what do they call them? They call scoops. So they do these things called scoops. So 2/2 time or 2/4 time means 2 quarter notes in each bar. And the way that they do the scoops is like this. So they go 1, 2. 1, 2. First beat, second beat. First beat, second beat. If I was a conductor, I would be doing scoops with my hand. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So there would be a 1 and a 2. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. I gotta make sure I'm doing this right. I gotta see them do it. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So now the scoop is gonna go like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And what this is supposed to try to show you is the amount of space that each beat gets in the music. Okay? 4/4 time. So now we're going to scoop 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to be asked to draw the scoops in the book, which is why I'm trying to show it to you. Okay? Hello. Working man, making some money, liking that. All right. So the next thing that you have that they talk about a lot in this book is something called the basic beat. So basic beat. So the basic beat is literally what the time signature is. So if the time signature is 2/4 time, then the basic beat is 2 quarter notes. If the time signature is 3/4 time, then the basic beat is 3 quarter notes. If it's 4/4 time, the basic beat is 4 quarter notes. So a lot of times they might give you something like this. And they will have here scoops and then basic beat. And what you will have to do is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you'll have to write in the basic beat, which will be this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's very important that everything lines up vertically. Here's your first note. There's your first beat. Here's your first beat. There's the second beat. Third beat lines up with the third beat of the basic beat. Here's your first beat, second beat, third beat. Fourth beat lines up that way. Because as you learn more about music, your brain will start to just automatically absorb the distance and the spacing that we use in music, and you will just come to understand this as kind of an abstract form of the language. So it's really important that when you write in the basic beats, if this is 1, 2, if that's the third beat, your third basic beat needs to be right underneath, and your scoop, sorry, there's a little extra scoop there. Your third scoop needs to start right there. So it's all about lining things up in the most proportionate way possible. So in the book, they're going to get you to do, so for example, everybody turn to page 88 and look at question number 2. So, page 88, number 2. So this is what they've given you. Treble clef, does a thing like this. 1, 2, and then 2 of these, 1 of those, and then there's this, this, and this. So, let's dissect this. First of all, this is the time signature. They've used one of the lazy abbreviations. So is this 4/4 time or 2/2 time?
2/2.
2/2 time. So for now, I'm gonna do this just because it's easier to explain. So 2/2 time means that there's 2 half notes in every bar. So you can see they've actually drawn out the basic beat here. Here's the simplest form. We've got 1 and 2. 1 half note, 2 half notes. So now you've got to scoop the rest of it. So we would go 1 half note, 2 half notes, because the half rest and a half note both get the same value. And you draw a bar line. 1, 2, because this makes 2 beats. Draw a bar line. 1, 2. So now you've kind of grouped things into half note sections. And then if you were to draw your basic beat, I'm going to do it in a different color just because that helps. Let's do orange. Your basic beat is 2 half notes. So you would have 1, 2. There's your first half note. There's your second half note. Here's your first half note. There's your second half note. First half note, second half note. And then check to see, does everything line up vertically? My scoops are actually a little bit off. It should be like that. It should be like that. I'm not very good at scoops. I'm new to scoops. I'm a new scooper. Okay? So do you see how everything is pulled into alignment? So do you know what this is the equivalent of? This is the equivalent of grammar in English class or any language. Like, you use a colon for this, and you use a semicolon for this. Here's how you use a period. Here's how you use a comma. This is all the boring stuff. But this is all the stuff that makes music make sense when you're reading it. Okay? And I can see from all the super bored looks on everybody's faces that we all agree that this is boring. But this is essential. Someone in the back row literally just fell asleep for a second. That was awesome. If only we had a couple cameras set up so we could cut back and forth. Like me trying to be enthusiastic and then super bored student faces. Yeah, that'd be really fun. Okay. So let's look at a couple more pages in the book, and then I'm going to get you to do some stuff in the book, and we're going to check it. Yeah. Okay. So the last thing that they talk about is something called pulse, and I'm going to grab a different color. I think I'm going to do pulse in purple. So when we count music, we do it in a way that has an embedded sense of pulse. And what I mean by that is when we count in fours, we don't go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because that's crazy. You'll go crazy counting like that. We count like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We put more emphasis on the 1 Little emphasis on the 2, half emphasis on the 3, and little emphasis on the 4. Because when you're counting out music, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's much easier to understand when you add the pulses in. If you're counting in 3/4 time, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We emphasize the 1, and the 2 and the 3 are less. They're less emphasized. Okay? So you'll notice as you go through and start doing some of the homework, they'll tell you what the pulse structure is for every single time signature. 2/2 time, 3/4 time, 2/4 time. Different kinds of time signatures have different pulses. I'm not going to test you on pulses. So on your exams and stuff, I don't put pulse. I also don't put scoops, but I put basic beats because the basic beat is the important part. So just read and do the scoops today and understand it, and just learn the pulses and understand them, but you won't be tested on those. All right? So what I'm going to get you to do right now, I want you to do page 88, 89, and 90. And you can stop the camera.